I'll read. This is the new Excellent Men, number 20, which starts a new run on this title. The new writers give it an injection of adrenaline, or they at the very least get it hooked on MDMA. It is non-stop action and child death from here on out. Before this, the book had been a very quiet teen drama, and now they all start dropping dead. These characters on the cover, if you have not read The Excellent Men since the 90s or whenever, the ones on the front here, they are the last real influx of quality Excellent Men characters. The only reason they haven't stood the test of time and become staples is because Marvel opted to ignore them all the minute that this book was cancelled, except for X-32. When I picked this up out of my collection, I thought that it felt heavy, and there was a 5-second gap between that and the realisation it is because this is from the days of too many adverts. The backstory required here is that most of the mutant population of the Marvel Universe have magically lost their powers because the Avengers writer wanted to wave his cock around and try and fuck over the books that sold better than Isdros. Remember, the Reverend William Riker, aka Rev Hood, he isn't dead all of a sudden. He is homeless instead, but he still hates those gosh darn muty motherfuckers. And in his homeless wanders, he sees God, and God is Nimrod. The comic is saying, I am God. I am Nimrod, and I am God. My name is Son of Nimrod, but I reckon Nimrod would name his son Nimrod or Nimrod 2. You can just call me Nimrod or call me God. I'll even settle for being called Nim 2. Anyway, after this confirmation that I am God, what comes next? Exactly what should come next. Emma Frosty's, Nim 2's future wife, January Jones. And this is the aftermath of the muties all being depowered. We focus on Wither, and I bloody love Wither. Basically, any of the kids that think Emma Frosty's is amazing are my type of kids. And canonically, in canon, 100% in the canon of the Marvel Universe, Wither thinks Emma Frosty's is better than Mary Sue Moonchild. And he has brown hair, so self-insert. His power is that he has a deft touch. He has to wear gloves, or anything that he touches starts to decay. And mayhem is breaking out at the Excellent Men School for dirty, stinking muties. About 80% of the people there are suddenly powerless. They are confused. They are lost. And it is up to Emma Frosty's to try and restore order and calm things down. And then tragedy strikes because Wither is a bit of an idiot, and he sees how everyone else seems to have lost their powers, and he hopefully thinks that he has lost his powers too. So he runs over and touches the girl he fancies, and it doesn't work out well for him. This effectively ends their romance. It was a romance in the run before, Wither and Wallflower. And poor Wither gets shelved this run. He wasn't on the cover. He runs away after this, and there is one issue later on which is like the hey, what has Wither been up to issue. Yeah, I am calling them both their real names because neither of them have much life beyond the run before this one. Though, in this scenario, I could have called her Wiltflower and seemed like a genius. Wither was good though. He was almost a modern day gothic twist on Rouge. It's a shame that they didn't think he was worth keeping around. But at least they didn't murder him like most of the other ones they want rid of. They saved killing him off for a crossover much later down the line. So Emma Frosty's and some of the other senior excellent men, they are rushing around saving children, like Cannonball's kid sister who thinks she can still fly, or this water boy who drowned. And then on the next page we have most of the main cast of this book. Some of them have lost their powers. Well, the two black ones have lost their powers. Ad Whitey is fine. To deal with things, Emma Frosty's uses the magic mutie helmet to amplify her beautiful psychic powers and take control by putting them all to sleep for the time being. The writers seem to agree with both me and Wither, and they have Mary Sue Moonchild fired from the school because she is rubbish. But mainly, she also lost her powers. See, this makes sense. All that bullshit, all that Christopher Clairvoyant style bullshit we normally have, where Mary Sue Moonchild or Storms will lose their powers and still be better than everyone else. That shit is awful. This is exactly what should happen when one of them is leading a team and then loses their powers. They are removed. It is what would happen to any other character who isn't a Mary Sue. Fuck, Wither hasn't even lost his powers and he is off the team. And no, I didn't have to defend my usage of the term Mary Sue again. It is a legitimate criticism, or it was, and it still can be. Mary Sue, to me, has naught to do with gender. I call plenty of male characters Mary Sues too. And then we have someone like Emma Frosty's who I love. She is perfect and wonderful. She is a leader. She is powerful. And she is a strong female character. And she is not a Mary Sue. It is funny to mention Mary Sue's when we are getting to the final member of our cast, X32. She was created by these writers, and she definitely eats up a lot of the page time and steals the spotlight from the other kids most of the time. She had also already joined the Excellent Men a few years earlier in Christopher Clairvoyant's third or fourth run. And now we are meant to forget that because she is going to join the school as a student. Then, when nighttime comes, we get the first of many gratuitous deaths, which is one of the former main characters of this series, Cannonball's younger brother. He comes back to the school covered in blood, with his wings chopped off. That is New Excellent Men, issue 20. They did trades of this run recently, new trades, and A, didn't finish them off, and B, had the 4 issues that end the run before this at the start of the trade with this in. Morons. Absolute morons. It is a good binge read and run, blow through it in a day, never really lets up. There is nowhere near the character development of the previous run, but most would agree it is a lot more exciting than the big bad being a mean psychiatrist and a multi-issue story arc about the school being haunted by a dead boy. My Daddy Nimrod is there too. 7 thumbs up.